Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. It is Thursday morning, and today we're going to talk all about Mansfield, why it's doing so good, etc., etc., etc. Because I get a lot of questions about it, and I've got to think, okay, what are the reasons? Why are the reasons? What are the principles of why Mansfield has done so good? And I was just talking to mum and dad about it this morning, and also I did a post about it last week as well. And so I want to delve a little bit deeper. If you can see this video, I'm not in my usual spot. The reason being is we're having a lot of work done in my man cave at the minute. We're getting some external sockets because we've got a nice little outdoor area being developed, and I need to go run through my man cave from their sockets to the outside. And so I have been booted out, and I'm actually on my knees, and I'm not very comfortable, so I am moving. There we go. Oh God. Right. So why was Mansfield so popular? Um, I'm I'm going to disagree with a lot of people here, and I will get to the three principal reasons I put on LinkedIn in a minute. But I was talking to mum and dad about this exact thing today. They was asking me, "So how good's Mansfield?" And I said, "Mum, Dad, it is flying. It is brilliant. The conversions are unreal. What are the reasons?" And I think number one is location. Number one is without doubt location. And I know there'll be people out there saying, well, we're in a D, E class locations. We're not in the best place. We're at the back of an industrial estate. I mean, I see these new sites being built and plenty of money spending on them. And there was one just a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I was like, oh my God. And I went and Googled it, looked around. And I was like, where's the feasibility study here? And I get it. Right now, self storage will make money in most places, but will it continue to make money long term? I can promise you, we're in the market to buy self storage sites, and at the minute, I wouldn't be looking at a self storage site in a D location, maybe even a C location. Because why? I think the people who are coming into the market and gobbling up and buying all these sites will mainly be interested in Class A locations, Class B locations. And if it isn't a Class A or Class B, then your multiple you are getting will be so much lesser than if it was in a Class A location. And yes, I understand it costs more money, the harder to come by, but I promise you, the squeeze is definitely worth the juice. If we look at Mansfield, it couldn't be in a better location. It is situated across the road, just about from Tesco's, the busiest road in Mansfield. And it's filled up faster than any other site. And I keep on reverting back to this. Where a safe store opening, where a big yellow opening, where a hold opening. And these are all people you have to look at and respect. Attic Self Storage, where are they opening? They're opening in high traffic, high volume areas. And so why wouldn't we do the same? Success leaves clues, but we don't we don't follow them clues enough. And don't, like I said, don't get me wrong. I do believe that self storage can just about work everywhere. And if you are, and as long as it's underserviced as well, by the way, we'll get to that in a minute. And so I'm not saying don't open there at all, but I'm saying if you've got the money and you've got the ability to get a Class A location, why not maximize your returns? Because I promise you the returns will be a lot greater getting a Class A location. So I was having that conversation with mum and dad today. My sisters are opening the self storage as well. Can't tell you where yet because they're at heads of terms, but it's not signed yet. It's been ongoing for ages. But it's a Class A location. There's Tesco's to the right of them. There's McDonald's to the left of them, and they're in the middle of it. I mean, it couldn't be any bloody better. Found the site, give them it, and I'm absolutely certain this site will be worth over £1 million in 4 years. And I can't wait to see. And by the way, I'm sorry if there's loads of mess in my garden. Like I said, we're having loads of work done in the back. We're having a little indoor area put up, and there are all the boxes I've just seen. Right. So yes, I think that location really matters. So one of the fundamental reasons why I believe it's done so well is because of the location. It was a fantastic location. So number one, I am saying we found a brilliant location. Nobody can outposition me in Mansfield. And so when I talk about future proofing, I'm not bothered if anybody else comes into the market. And by the way, I had a nightmare the other night about it. SafeStore listened to my podcast and decided to open up in Mansfield, and they took all my customers. And I woke up in literally sweating. I'm like, oh my God, it's just a dream. Or is it me predicting the future? I don't know. But anyway, I don't think they will do because it's a small town, and I think they stay away from towns. And that's another thing. Find a great town. You don't have to be in cities and compete with big boys. Go for the low hanging fruits, the big towns, the small market towns. They don't matter. You know, wherever the big boys are, then we can get a foothold easier. So I don't believe that anybody can outposition me in Mansfield. That is one of the fundamental reasons why it's doing so good. I've future-proofed it as well. So I don't expect Mansfield to have any problems for 10, 20 years. I think it'll stay Mansfield's premier, sorry everybody in Mansfield, self-storage facility. Because of the location, because of the money we spent, etc. So that's number one. Number two, it was underserviced. Mansfield is a town with around about 100,000 population, but when I came, it had less than 60,000 square foot of self-storage. I believe anything under 100,000, one for one. So for every person populated, then I believe if there's 10,000 population needs 10,000 square foot of self-storage. It's not the exact mathematics, but it's around about. And so it had 60,000. So it was completely underserviced. And that included me, it would be underserviced when I came in. And when I came in, I'd up it to around about the correct amount of self-storage. So nobody come into Mansfield. It's the correct amount. It's perfectly serviced. And so the size of the market was underserviced, and therefore underserviced and a great location meant that it was going to fill up quickly. The third one, we mystery shopped all the local competitors in Mansfield. And yes, there was some good competitors. There was some not so good competitors who didn't get back to us. But the price per square foot was awesome. And I knew if I could replicate that, then we were getting a great return on investment. And why wouldn't we replicate what other people are doing? There's 3 stages of opening a self-storage facility. Whereas we've been in stage 1, we're just about to go to stage 2, and then stage 3 is revenue management. In my course, by the way, that is opening up in a month's time, we go through all that stages, and I learned this from one of the best operators in the UK, and it was a real game changer when I learned it, and it was systematical. It was fantastic. I was like, it all makes sense. And so there was no reason why I couldn't get the same rate per square foot, if not more, than the competitors. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this Mansfield is underserviced. It's a great location, and the rate per square foot is fantastic. And I put here, P.S. Don't be looking at Mansfield for storage. It's full now. It's overserviced. Okay. Especially when we do the second phase as well. But ultimately, self-storage doesn't have to be complicated. So why do we make it complicated? And by the way, I got Richard Belton messaging me saying, Dean, there's a 4th reason. Signs. Your signs are fantastic, because obviously Richard Belton did my signs. And I was like, yeah, that is a fair point. The signs are really good, because if you've got an A-class location, then you've got to maximize it with great signs, with great visibility. And I think that massively helps as well. But they're the reasons why Mansfield did so well, because as you know, we sold over 10,000 square foot of self-storage, and we let it in under 3 months. And also, we had a great team as well. We've got a great team. We've got systems. We've got a great sales process. We really are shit hot on our sales process. And we're good at that sort of thing. Anyway, there's an SSA webinar. I'm going to jump on it and see what's going on there. So thank you very much for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. And don't forget to sign up to my newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. All right. Appreciate you. Bye.